All right. There we go. It seems like we're working. Good evening, and how is everybody doing this evening? I'm excited to have everybody hanging out here in the chat. Let's see what we got going on. Right now, North Jersey Detector, metal detecting Texas, with Kevin is hanging out. Marty is nuts about digging is here. Sift and Shovel Relics. We dig metal detecting. Longest Howl. What's up, my good friend? We've got 14 hanging out here with us tonight, and I know a lot of guys and gals may have noticed the beginning entrance was a little bit different. That was my buddy Brad. He was killed on a fire truck about 2.5 weeks ago, and I want to dedicate this episode tonight to him. I'm really excited tonight. We have Liz, the Digging Canuck, here with us. And I think that, Brad loved everything that he did in life, and he was passionate about a lot of cool things. And he would absolutely appreciate Liz's channel. And I don't think there's any better tribute to Brad than hang out with Liz and someone who's passionate and loves metal detecting and what she does. I hope everybody had a great week. I appreciate all the comments there. Iffy Signals, what is up, my friend? It's been a good week for me. I am really excited to show you. Check that out. I just pulled that out of the tank. That is a beautiful padlock. I've been doing a little bit of electrolysis work, and that's a nice one. So, I've got two more. Ralph, Sift and Shovel. I got one coming your way. This one's cleaned up pretty nice, and it actually looks really cool. So, without further ado or much of an introduction, I don't think she needs much. Ladies and gentlemen in the live stream, Miss Digging Canuck.
Right on.
I hope that was a good enough. I feel like I did good.
I think that was a great intro. Absolutely great intro. Right on.
Even I could hear my wife chuckling downstairs. I think so.
Oh my goodness!
If she did it, we're good. So we've got a big gathering here. We've got Loy from Diggin 7. Marty's nuts about digging. We have a lot of great folks in the chat here to hang out. So I'm going to start like super simple. Like I want to learn about your metal detecting journey. Like where did you start and like how did you get into metal detecting?
Oh my goodness. Well, I had to retire from the police department because I came down with vertigo. Now I really didn't think it was a good idea for me to be having vertigo and being in that sort of a profession. So anyways, really super hardest decision I've ever had to make in my life was to leave that job, because that was the best job. And I totally understand why your friend absolutely had a passion for firefighting, because it's just something that's in you and you're born with it, and that's just the way it is.
Police work, firemen.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like it's built in your blood. Like that's all
Absolutely.
I could ever do, and I couldn't imagine having to give up your passion. I'm sure you were excellent at what you did.
Oh, I totally best job in the world.
Yeah.
So I left, and I had to find something to do. So I came across, I don't know what I Googled or whatever, or I'm not going to date myself. I was going to say if they even had Google back then. I'm not going to say that. But I somehow came across Nugget Noggin. I know that sounds really corny and stuff, but I saw metal detecting, and I thought, that's a pretty cool thing. So anyways, I bought our local store, because in my town there's no metal detecting stores. So I went to our local, I guess, like a Radio Shack, and I got a bounty hunter. Oh my goodness, fast tracker. Anybody that knows them, it's just 2 knobs, turn it on, and that sort of thing. Anyways, that's what I got. I didn't know any better. I hit the beach a couple times, but I was just getting nails, and I think I got a really banged up Hot Wheels car, and so Nugget's pulling out all these things, and I'm pulling out nails and Hot Wheels cars. So anyway, so I put it away, and I totally forgot about metal detecting until a couple years after that. Again, I don't know how I found out again, but I saw some other people doing it. I got an Ace 250, and I started commenting on some Canadian YouTube channels, and I was invited out to a dig with the Canadian Diggers, and they still have a channel. So anyways, they took me out, and oh my gosh, first time digging, I found a 1900 Canadian large cent. Well, I was absolutely hooked after that, and it's been kind of smooth sailing until last year, but pretty much I'm hooked. I just wish I had found this a lot sooner, because I feel that I wasted time. But that's how I got into it.
And that's funny because I feel the exact same way. I mean, I grew up in Central Virginia, and we have just piles of history of where I live, but I grew up like seeing guys out with metal detectors, and I always wanted to do it, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I didn't go to my parents when I was young and say, hey, get me one of those things.
Exactly.
And that's the common theme about everybody I talk to, whether you hunt arrowheads or you hunt the beach, everybody wishes they started sooner.
Oh my goodness, yes. Definitely, yes. Definitely.
So you started with the bounty hunter, and you got the Ace 250.
Yeah.
So do you still have the bounty hunter?
Oh my goodness, no. I actually ended up giving that to some little kids so that they can detect with, because I mean it was of no use to me. But after,
that's absolutely awesome. You started.
I mean,
somebody else
and then
hobby.
and then they can pass it on to someone else until
unfortunately, it's kind of like giving drugs to little kids. Not the same analogy, but it might as well be.
Exactly.
I mean, as soon as you pick up your first metal detector, I mean,
oh my gosh, you're hooked.
It's an addiction, right?
Totally an addiction. It's a good addiction.
So
it's a really good
do you ever find that you're driving around with Miss Digging Canuck and go, oh man, or Mr. Digging Canuck and go, I want to go over there. I want to go over there.
Oh, totally, all the time. And it's funny because there's this one particular place, and most of the places that I dig or that I would like to dig in, there's no real parking spots, so I would have to be dropped off. So every time we go by this one place, Mr. Canuck's always, I know, you want me to drop you off there one day. I'm like, yeah, I do. But
that was going to be my next question, is if he ever gets tired of it.
No, sometimes if the weather's nice, he'll actually take a book and he'll sit on a bench while I do some metal detecting. So it gets us both out, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I wish you would. I wish you would
once a year, that's my like birthday thing. Like, go sit in the field with a book or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, really, we're gonna do this again? Yep.
Exactly.
This is my birthday present.
That's right. That's right. That's
So,
too funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wow, 40 here hanging out with us. Riser's
Right on.
here.
Thank you all.
Tin Cup Tim. Thin Blue Diggers is here. Finders Keepers. Okay, what? It's like the whole crew's shifted and moved all
Right
around the
on.
internet here.
Good stuff. Good stuff. DK's there too. Right on.
Yeah, heck yeah. DK's here. He had an excellent live
Excellent.
stream earlier with the quarter hoarder and the nickel nibbler, who has
Yes.
the best single profile picture on the internet.
Oh, he does. Absolutely, he does.
That
does.
squirrel cracks me up every time. So, just following your videos and stuff like that. So you do a lot of neat, different things. I don't think like when did you get into like the whole digging with kids thing?
Oh, that was early on. I'll admit I was very selfish. I was looking for people to dig with, and I thought, well, kids are always available in the summer. So I hooked them, like I said, I hooked them up with some metal detectors, and we hit some local parks, and they had an absolute blast detecting for the first time. Absolute blast.
And do you try to like recruit new kids as you go, or like you like find strangers on the street and like, hey, let me take your kids metal detecting?
Parents look at you real funny when you start asking their kids if they want to go metal detecting. But I actually took on the last episode of Digging with Kids. I actually went out with my great niece, who was at the time, I believe was she 2.5? We had an absolute blast. I mean, the metal detector was a little too big for her, so I gave her the pinpointer, and she loved it. Absolutely loved it. So I've been trying to find a smaller metal detector that I can maybe modify for her size. And I would love to go out with her again. Absolutely, it's fun.
I think that's the most fun, right? Is when you actually have the pinpointer, you're down in the hole, like you're getting dirty.
Yeah. Yeah. She was like, we must find money. I'm like, yeah. We should. Oh, it was a blast. Really, really, it's a blast. I mean, if you haven't dug with a little kid, you should certainly try it. It's just a blast.
So yeah, so you do that, which is fantastic. I think it's cool. I mean, your thumbnails are fantastic. Hanging out with them. But you also you do a couple live streams, and I really like some of the new formats of your live streams, like the sharing other people's finds. That's fantastic.
That just came about. I wasn't really planning that, but it's funny how when things just happen and you go with the flow and people like it, and it's really hard to like always try to think up new things for your stream. But I like where things are right now. Of course, we'll evolve, but for now, I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So so I was thinking, I was like, man, what am I going to ask Liz? Like, I don't know anything about digging in Canada. I have a good friend who's from Saskatchewan.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm like, there's beautiful mountains, there's lovely streams and creeks, there's moose and bear.
Not where I live. I live in a big city.
Oh, well, you live in a big city, but
yeah.
I guess, so somebody got a question in here. I'm sorry if I missed it, but they asked, are there any like Canadian treasure laws?
Treasure laws. No, in England, I know if that's kind of law that they're referring to, there are no real treasure laws, but we do have some federal acts, archaeological sort of things, and I do believe that by and large, metal detecting is not illegal in Canada. By and large, towns or municipalities can make rules, and some have. There are some permits, or some cities that require permits. My city, it's wide open. We do have some parks that are designated as historical. They have their plaques and historically designated. You don't want to be caught digging in there because I think you'd be like out of there.
Right.
But we have a lot of War of 1812 history near me, a ton of 1812, but it's all historical. I mean, and you don't go there because, you know, we obey the law.
Right. So, and that was going to like segue into my next like question. Like, how do you go about researching places that you want to dig? Like, I mean, the simple ones are like, oh, hey, you have an old house. Can I go dig around it?
Yeah, yeah. People around here, and I'm only talking, pretty much around here. I do travel to meet up with other diggers. Like I'll travel in on like a Friday or a Saturday. I'll drive 2 hours. I usually say that on my streams that I'll drive 2 hours to dig with you. But I mean, if I'm going for a weekend, I'll certainly drive a further distance than that. But as far as myself, sometimes I stumble upon areas. I mean, I've stumbled upon this. I mean, and I've said or mentioned it in a lot of my videos. I call it my Victorian pasture. Now that, without giving it away to people near me, is it's about 1860s. Most of the stuff that I find is around 1860s. It was along an old railway line, and it must have been a stop. But to this day, I mean, I dig there. People come up to me and talk to me. People whose like grandparents and before them have lived in that area. They give me the history of the area as far as how it's been told to them. A lot of stuff I cannot find in books around here. Don't ask me why. But most of it in the older areas is talking to the older people, and then they will give me information from back, you know, prior to them even being there. That's pretty much, and like I said, I've stumbled upon a couple areas which, oh my goodness, like when you stumble on an area, definitely, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, luck is, I mean, if you have luck on your side, I mean, anything to increase your odds of luck is going to make it better.
Absolutely, definitely.
And I think that's really cool to not only do you get the oral history, but you actually get like the stories from the people that lived in those times or were those stories that were handed down.
Yes, and they're always coming over. Oh, you know, what did you find and all this stuff. They can kind of they can place some of the items to the actual activity that took place in that area, which is you'll never get that anywhere else other than speaking to these people. So I absolutely love that, and I don't have a problem talking with people. A lot of people are a little nervous, but I think after you've been a police officer, you can pretty much talk to anybody about anything.
Yeah, and it's cool because then you can actually take that oral history and find a piece of history, and there's your, you know, there's your like connection to that story.
Yeah, I mean, where else can you get that? This is a fantastic hobby. I keep saying that. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, well, I absolutely agree. I was gonna go somewhere else, but so I've been watching some of your traveling videos, and you've gotten big into bottle digging.
Oh my goodness. I probably have about 10 hours of footage that I haven't even looked at. Wow, bottle digging, and you know, and that too, something I stumbled on. I got an email one day from Metal Pirate Girl, and she's like, oh, you know, come on over, do this, that, and the other thing. And I'm thinking, here, so I have to cross a border to go into another country to meet a person I don't know and to go digging. So I'm like, yeah, okay, that would be a good video, right? So anyways, sure.
What could be dangerous about that?
Exactly. Well, you never know. It would still make for a good video. But so my goodness, like we went detecting in this one field on a permission of hers, and right next to it was a bottle dump. So let me tell you, I'm absolutely hooked on bottle digging. It's wonderful. It really is. Wonderful.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's cool, man. Jason said international bottle digging. He said that's, you can quote him as the next title of your next video.
Absolutely. Yes, definitely.
But yeah, it's man, I don't know if I can keep up with the chat. I'm sure I've never had this problem. We have 52 in the chat. We have the Gig Master is here from Virginia Beach. Random
really?
Rob. Sir Digs a Lot, which is a fantastic name.
Wow.
Unfortunately, Plugmaster Ford is here to ruin it.
Wow. This is like the who's who of digging. Wow.
Now he's demanding stickers from people in the chat. So Longest Howl's still here. I'm sure Jeff is going to give me a hard time. Ozarks. This should be fun.
Right on.
So the bottle dump. Have you ever run into any bottle dumps in Canada?
There's supposed to be one near my pasture, but I haven't found it yet. I know that there are lots because a lot of people dig bottles around here, but I'm gonna put it out there: people do not share their locations.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's cool. I totally get that. That's fine.
Yeah, and it's like fun, like sharing your really cool Victorian
Oh,
site.
Exactly.
I get that.
I did actually take an out of town digger from the opposite end of Canada to my Victorian pasture, but I swore him to secrecy.
Yeah. Well, I think that's cool. I mean, I think that's part of the ethics of it. If you really respect the person you're going with, and
yes, absolutely. Yeah,
you follow the rules, and you
totally follow the rules.
So
absolutely, you have to follow the rules because people. It's a small community. People will find out if you don't follow the rules.
Oh, absolutely. And one bad hole left open will ruin your name forever.
Absolutely will. Yes, definitely will. Definitely.
I actually have to admit to you today that I did leave a hole completely open today. Right in the middle of someone's front yard. But I have all the bee stings to prove it.
Oh.
So
we'll let that one slide. Slide.
Thank you.
I think the bees around here are all dead.
And that's all it takes. So I don't know. Are there a lot of other folks who are metal detecting around your region?
Yeah, there's actually some really, really hardcore people that are detecting. But I mean, look, we have two different styles. I don't take it very seriously, as you can tell by my videos. I like to have fun. I don't keep track of how many silver coins I get, how many rings I get. I don't keep track of any of that. And I get excited if I dig a license plate, that sort of thing. I'm not hardcore enough. I mean, I just enjoy the hobby for what it is, and gets you outside, and I have fun with it. So yeah, I'm not really a competitor to too many people.
Yeah, but I think that's the cool part about it is if you can make light of it and you go for enjoyment, you'll never really get disappointed in this.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I've had days that have gone out and you just go, man, this is a beautiful day today.
Exactly. That's right.
Absolutely. So do you when you go out to metal detect, do you prefer to look for relics, or do you like to go to the beach to find jewelry?
I think I would probably love to be a beach detector, like she detector or something all the time. But I mean, if I lived in that sort of a spot, I would never give up beach detecting. But now for me, I like relics. I like the story behind the relic. I like researching a relic, and just. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a good coin, but it's the relics. I really, really like to. I love to dig relics. I mean, something rusty is pretty cool. Wasn't always rusty.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, do you get into the preservation of those things? That's something that I totally would love to do. Is get into. Setting up my 5-gallon bucket, get the whole electrolysis thing working. I've watched a few videos. I even bought a what do you call them, the thing for the battery, the charger, whatever it's called. Yeah, the battery charger,
the power source. I have a power source. It's manual, and I just have to do it. I mean, I just have to tell myself that I'm going to do it, because you know what, and I learned a terrible valuable lesson last year, so 2017 Yeah, 2017. I dug a really, really old, was probably like maybe very early 1800s suspender clip. Really beautiful clip. I didn't know how to clean it. I put it in a little plastic, I guess, bag for with the, anyways, and I put it away. This summer, I took it out and it was covered in rust. Like it was absolutely covered in rust. So I tried cleaning it and it just disintegrated in my hand. And I think that if I was able to do electrolysis when I dug it, that I would still have it today. But all I have is a picture and a video, which is a shame. Total shame.
So
I'd like
I guess
to
it was an
definitely
iron
get into that.
suspender clip?
Yes, it was. I had some people look at it, and they said it was a very early iron suspender clip. But yeah, I mean, there goes a relic, right? Gone.
Yeah. I mean, at least you documented it on the video. I think that's important,
Yes. Yeah.
And sometimes, so I found a piece to a gun, and I realized through Roland, who was on one of my last live streams, like some things you just can't clean, and you just have to coat it. There's so much like interesting things, and I think that's another thing that I personally like about the hobby is that not only once you find it is that important to document where you found it, but to preserve it and keep it for later. I really feel like we're only stewards of the things that we find.
Yes, and I must say I failed terribly with that.
I think people will give you a break on a single iron suspender clip.
Yeah.
So that would kind of move into like, do you document where you find everything?
I do. I keep things in a notebook where I should have started GPSing. I really wish I would have GPSed that suspender clip because I would have loved to have gotten to that spot again. But I do document my relics on like date sort of thing, a general idea of where I found them. I think that's kind of important because you never know if something might turn up to be historically significant. And then at least you know where that item was found.
Yeah, absolutely. For those hanging out in the chat, if you guys have a question for Liz, please either tag me and Liz, or me or Liz, and we'll see if we can answer it. We both have the chats going. It's a fantastic 51 people hanging out with us right now, which is phenomenal.
Excellent. Thank you all for joining tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. This is fantastic. So what are you currently metal detecting with?
Oh, I have the Equinox 600. Yeah, I seem to not be having that much success with it. I don't know. I don't know.
So were you a Mind Lab? But you didn't start with you went to the Ace 250. Then when did you go from the 250?
I did the Ace 250, and then I bought an AT Pro International, which I absolutely loved. I found a lot of good stuff with that. And then I'm like, I don't know. I kind of switched metal detectors, like they're nothing. After I had the AT Pro, I wanted to get a backup detector. So I actually got the White's MX5. Actually, that was a really, really nice detector. It was super balanced. It was probably the best balanced metal detector I've ever swung. Really, really nice. But I ended up giving that one away to a friend. Yeah, I ended up just giving that one away. It's like, here's a metal detector. Hopefully you can start detecting and that sort of things. Anyway, I did that. I gave that one away, and then I needed another detector as a backup again. So I got a Fisher F44, and I'm not brand loyal whatsoever. You can see I'm like all over the place.
That's cool. I like it.
I mean, yeah, so I still have my Fisher F44 as a backup in case somebody wants to come with me detecting or that sort of thing. But anyways, I ended up selling the AT Pro, and I got a Mind Lab Safari. Now, really heavy, super heavy I mean, I'm not very big. That is a super heavy detector. I wish I had known that because I wouldn't have
so
bought it.
I swung an E-Track for years, and it is a heavy machine.
Yeah, I had to like switch side to side, you know, an hour on this side, an hour on that side. Yeah. So, anyways, I ended up selling that one, and I got, sold the Safari, got the Equinox, and so the Equinox is new for this year, this season, and yeah, everybody seems to be having fantastic success. I just think I need someone to just point me in the right direction, take me out a couple times, and set me right, because as far as weight, it's beautifully weighted detector. And I got to tell you something. I brought it into the saltwater on summer vacation this year. We went to the east coast of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Stunning machine in salt water. Oh my goodness. No feedback, no nothing. It was absolutely beautiful. And the saltwater beach, absolutely beautiful. I've not had a better detector in saltwater than the Equinox 600, I must say.
Yeah, it's a very well balanced machine, and I'd be interested. So I'm a longtime CTX user, and I'm a fairly big guy, so the weight generally isn't a problem for me. But for me, the Equinox, when I swung it around a field, I couldn't get the feel for it. You know, sometimes when you have a machine in your hand, you just feel like, all right, I can work through some things. I just felt like after about 8 hours, I was just like, I don't know what this thing is is telling me. Jeff, I don't know. Jeff Ford just hit me with a $10 super chat for the diaper fund.
Right on, Jeff. You rock, sir. You definitely rock.
Oh gosh. Oh, thank you, Jeff. Yeah, unreal. I don't know. I don't have any. What else I was going to say? I really like the idea of the Equinox. I wish they could put a CTX in the Equinox package.
Yeah. Well, they might develop something. Who knows? Who knows?
Maybe one day.
You just never know. Yeah, you never know.
So yeah, did it perform pretty well for you on the beach, or was it the signals?
Oh, absolutely. Oh no, just everything about it. Absolutely brilliant machine in the because I took the year previous to that, I took the AT Pro into the salt water, and it's not something that you want to do. It was chirpy every time the detector would touch the sand. It'd be going off, pulsing and stuff like that. The Equinox is an amazing detector in the saltwater. Amazing detector.
That multi-frequency is the ticket.
Oh my goodness, yes, really good detector.
Yeah,
really good.
So what else? I had a couple questions come through. Somebody asked, when's the next time you're coming back to the States? Jersey History Hunters asked.
When I'm coming back to the States?
Yeah.
Probably in the spring.
Sometime in the spring. And okay, so that's good. My next question is, how do you handle the winter times? I lived in Montana. I would I would pull my hair out every day to want to go digging.
Yeah, it's a good time to clean relics, go over your equipment and that sort of thing. But that, winter for us is like almost 6 months where I am, and that's a really long time. So definitely, I look forward to Christmas vacation, and definitely look forward to that because we always go someplace hot. And then March break, we go someplace as well, usually down to Florida. But oh my God, I'd be like, I don't know how they do it up north, like really up north. I don't know. That's the only thing that keeps me sane is those little breaks to to a beach.
Yeah, so you'll go somewhere for Christmas, and then probably in March you'll go down to Florida. We'll have to work that out. I'm going to go visit my friend Gary Pinta sometime soon, either March or April.
Right on.
I don't know if you know Gary. He does the little miniature money.
I've heard of the name. Yes, the one that Yes, I saw him on someone's live stream. Was it yours? Might have
Maybe
been yours?
so, but he does like little bitty miniature metal
Yes,
detectors.
the metal
Gary's a great
detectors.
dude,
Yes,
and he
yes, I
digs
did
in
see that.
Florida. So if you go
Oh,
to
right on.
Florida, you have to
Yeah.
call him. He's right outside of Orlando.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
So
Good to
I
know.
don't
Really
know
good
where you
to know.
travel to, but you absolutely should go hang out with those guys. Him and Dwight from the New Age Goonies.
Ah, okay. Yes, yes. Right
Yeah,
on.
so they're great
Definitely,
dudes. You tell them that I'd be bummed
definitely.
that I wasn't hanging out with you guys. Yeah, so there's what was the other question I saw? Um, so somebody asked, "Are you going to do the show it all challenge?" For those who don't know, in the stream, Mr. Plugmaster Ford kind of inspired me to push this around. And basically, you do um, one dig where you, whether it's 2 hours or 4 hours, whatever you want to do, where you show everything you find, whether it's garbage or whatever it is. You think you'll be doing that anytime soon?
Well, I'm supposed to go out with a digger on Saturday if the weather's not crazy like it was last Saturday, and I can definitely do that. Definitely do the challenge. Absolutely.
I have to warn you that it is way harder than I thought. Like, I didn't think filming a nail on the ground because I misjudged the signal would be difficult.
Yeah.
But at some point in time, I was just like, oh my gosh, there's another nail. Like, do people want to
You
see
have to
this?
film it, right? It's not the challenge if you don't film it, right?
That's right, and that was part of the challenge. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty neat. Plugmaster Ford says he hates doing it, but he loves the way it turns out. So
Definitely, definitely.
um,
And like I said earlier, it's good for new people to see that you're not always pulling every hole is not going to be a silver coin. It's you do get junk, and it's good for people to see this because I think a lot of young people who just start out, well, maybe not necessarily young, but let's say new people, they go out, spend some money on a detector, and they think that every hole is going to be a silver coin. And it's not that way, and that's why I think these challenges are a really, really good thing. So
so
kudos.
so to move into that, so if you were going to give advice to one person starting out, what would it be?
Oh my. Wow. I think you need to have fun. Definitely have fun. Enjoy what you're doing, because then it's kind of like work. So definitely enjoy what you're doing and find a buddy. Find a digging buddy to go out with because it's always a lot of fun with somebody else.
Yeah, I think that's
I
important
think
too.
that's
Like
what
you
I'd say.
find
Yeah.
somebody good that
Yeah.
that are good friends and you trust, and you can go out to spots together. And
Absolutely. Yes. And I mean, and you can, yeah, there's somebody there to talk to as well when you're digging because it gets really boring sometimes just talking into a camera. It's
yeah.
always nice to have somebody there to talk to.
Well, you need somebody like Plugmaster Ford or Sift and Shovel Relics to bust you a little bit and say, "Hey,
Absolutely.
you're not as pretty as the last time I saw you." Well, that's what they say to me. Stuff like that. It's fun. It makes it memorable, and I think that a lot of what
Yes.
we do is
Definitely.
because it's about the memories.
Absolutely, definitely. I mean, I think most of us can probably remember. I mean, if we were to go into our relic room, pick a relic, you'd probably know where you dug it and who you were with. And you guys might, or guys, whoever you're with, you might have had some. How am I saying this? I've just gone a little blank here. But you can remember what you're doing, remember what you're saying, remember the fun you were having while you were digging that relic, and I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that is absolutely the case. Um, yeah, there's a lot of memories associated. I think probably most of the relics that I pick up just behind me, I would go, I was with this person. This is
Yes,
this. You know what I mean?
exactly, exactly, definitely. Plugmaster's being really funny.
Yeah, he's giving me a hard time. He, oh, that's all right. I'm gonna make a trip over to Missouri and just make him a couple inches shorter. That's all.
Too funny.
The Gig Master asked, "What kind of camera do you use? Do you?" And maybe we'll move into that. So, do you do you have a preference for camera equipment or any of that stuff?
I do. I have a my main camera is a Canon T4i, which is a big camera, and I have a Rode microphone on top, auxiliary microphone on top, because the one in the camera just doesn't sound too good. And I figure if I'm going to ask somebody to watch my video for 8 to 10 minutes or whatever it is, I'm going to try and give them the best quality, because I really don't want them, you know, what would she say kind of thing. So that's my main camera. It's on a tripod. Sometimes that gets very cumbersome, but I try to always show the best or give the best product. Just recently, I've just started using my my cell to kind of make it look like, you know, like a vlogging kind of thing. And as well, I just got a GoPro, and I'm going to use that for some action shots. But my main camera is my Canon on the tripod with the Rode microphone.
Yeah,
that's what I use.
That's a nice setup. I use Canon cameras, and I'm a big fan of what they do.
Yeah, I mean, it's cumbersome when you're going through the woods, but you know, you got to do what you got to do for the final product.
Yeah, and it's part of. I don't know this. We've kind of gone all over the place, but I think it's interesting because I think that for a lot of us, we watch these different videos, and you're like, man, how'd you do that? Like, one of my favorite video shots is when people have something covered a hole and they open it up and it looks like you're looking at the person.
Yeah, that's a nice shot to set up. Really nice shot
to
set up.
I've never done it before, and I've learned a few little things like that, and I think that's fun. Do you so do you see any changes in your video style or anything that you would be adding? And
I think the addition of the GoPro is a good thing. Not as my only camera, but it's just an additional camera to get some angles, maybe, you know, throw it up in a tree or something like that, or clamp it to a tree. Water shots that I can't do right now. You can pretty much do anything with the GoPro and it'll survive, which I was kind of limited before with the Canon, but hopefully I mean, the season is kind of pretty much done for me, so I'll probably be watching some videos in the winter on some additional shots, you know, that you can try, that sort of thing. Kind of, you know, I'm always progressing, always hopefully bringing a better product.
Making it better. So exactly. So that's something we haven't talked about. I know you hunt on the beach and in the saltwater. Do you do any freshwater hunting where you're at?
Oh my goodness.
Like lakes or
no, I haven't. I've got Lake Ontario within maybe 15-minute drive from where I am. I've never ever gone to Lake Ontario, and I got to tell you, there's a little creek as well in my pasture, which I should actually bring the GoPro in there one day and see what's in there. I've never done it before. That's a good idea. Definitely a good idea.
Well, if you're looking for any competition, Plugmaster Ford and Chuck Norris water hunt in Canada in January. He is on top of himself.
Kudos to Plugmaster. Kudos to Plugmaster. I'm not worthy.
Yeah, you need to get on the water hunting. I think you would find a lot of gold. I see a lot of the folks dig some, you know, a lot of gold rings in the lakes and rivers, but I don't know what the water's like. I imagine it's pretty cold.
You'd probably have to do it in July, otherwise it would be cold up here. Chuck Norris is afraid of Liz. He better be.
So Risers asked, do you have the one relic that you really want to find?
Yes, I don't even have to think about it. I want to find a Chrono Bell. I know probably half of the chat has found a Chrono Bell, but I have not. It eludes me, and I want one.
I've never found one. We didn't have that kind of livestock here.
Yeah. I hope you find one.
Have you ever found any pieces of them?
No, not even a piece. Nothing. Absolutely zero. I would definitely love to
Are
find
they
one.
common, like, to find in Canada?
People do find them. I find more horseshoes really than anything else. I figure if there's horseshoes, there's got to be some sleigh bells too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that's how they traveled back then. So I mean, there's got to be some out there. Got to be.
Digging with Seven says there are no Chrono Bells in Kentucky, so don't go looking there.
Yeah, no, I'd go to Kentucky to get my Civil War bullets. Definitely, I would love to dig a Civil War bullet. Absolutely.
So, Plugmaster said if you could spend 1 week anywhere in the world metal detecting, where would you want to go?
Oh, I would love to go to Europe and dig on a World War One battlefield. I would love, absolutely love to unearth some World War One relics. Absolutely love to. I absolutely adore that time frame. Not adore. I guess that kind of sounds weird, but yeah, just that time frame. World War One. Totally fascinated by that, and I would absolutely love to. Could you imagine like a hat badge or a button or something? I would absolutely love it.
What is it that you like about that time frame? Because that's interesting. So, Iffy Signals had his son on the stream, and he said immediately he wanted to go dig at the White House, the
I
capital
saw
of the U.S.
that.
And it was fantastic because I was like, dude,
Yeah.
he nailed it.
Yeah.
But why World War One? Like, is there? I feel like there's an age of innocence prior to World War One.
Yes, and on top of that, I do believe. I mean, I'm probably the most patriotic Canadian you'll ever meet, and I do believe that that was the Canadians' finest hour in the war. Was what we did in World War One. I think that made us the country that we are, and I would absolutely just love to dig up a relic from that time frame. I really would.
That's awesome. I love to hear that, and I can completely respect that from wherever you're from to being proud of being where you're from.
Absolutely.
Especially in this day and time. I would like to say thank you to New Hampshire Beach Metal Detecting for the $2 super chat. Absolutely fantastic channel. I love his stuff. And if he ever wants to come on the stream, I've been threatening to get him on. Please send me a message. But that's super neat. I think that's such a transitional time period for the world
Yes.
and the impact of what was at that point in time the Great War.
Yes, definitely.
That's fascinating. That's really cool because
Yeah.
everybody goes, I'd go to England. Well, yeah, it would be neat too.
Yeah.
But
You see, that's that. You asked about the long winter, what we do in the winter when we can't dig. I enjoy making videos, and 2 years ago I did a video for Remembrance Day, and it was World War One, and then last year I did World War Two. And this year, well, you'll just have to watch and see what I do for this year. But
I don't want you to spoil it. Certainly not on here.
No, no, I'm not going to spoil it.
I think that's absolutely fantastic. I think you had maybe a little surprise for everybody in the chat.
Oh yes, I do. Do you have it there?
I think I can pull it up on the.
Because if you can't, I'll do my best to put it up really close to the camera.
All right, we're gonna break away just for a second. Let's see if we get it up. Oh, there we go. So for everybody in the chat, there we go. That is a little surprise. Let's see if we can bring that back up. There we go. How about that? Took me a second to figure it out. But that is a little...
Yes. That is... I just wanted to thank everyone for all the support tonight for coming out. And I thought, what better way than to give away a mint uncirculated colorized Canadian flag quarter. These quarters are very, very, in the colored form, are very hard to find. and we are going to give away one to someone in the chat. So how's that?
Oh, I like that a lot.
Right on. Right on.
So, how do you want to do it? Let's make it fun.
Oh, let's make it fun. Oh,
I don't know. I don't. I would like to have a little.
A little spin the dial kind of thing.
Yeah, like a. We'll put everybody's name on the dial, but we don't have that. We'll do a simple number draw. How about that?
We'll do a number draw. Yes. Did you want me to have the number written down or something?
No, it doesn't matter. If you just give the number and the number range, and you know the number if you have it written down. If you don't, I do not know the number, so I can't pick through the super chat. So you have to. Liz will have to watch the chat. So be gentle on her.
Okay. Can I? Okay. I might have to go back in the chat for this one. All right, we're gonna do from when Matt says go, because Matt's the boss. When Matt says go, pick a number from 50 to 100.
Oh, 50 to 100.
50 to 100. Yeah. All right.
Plugmaster Ford said he'll think of the number. All right, we got some numbers coming in. You may have to pull that up on yours.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Okay, yeah, it's gone. It's gone. All right.
Somebody's got it.
Yeah. Who's your hillbilly? Got it. It was 65.
65. All right, stop, please.
I believe on the chat that was Hoosier. Hoosier got it first.
All right, we'll go. There he is. Yep, Hoosier Hillbilly is the first one.
Right
there
on.
you go. Congratulations, man. That's
right
awesome.
On.
You have a fantastic coin. There's your awesome Canadian colorized quarter. I like that.
Am I allowed to put an email? There it goes. I just put the email in the chat, and Hoosier, if you can send me an email, I will get that out to you right away. Right on.
If you have any jokes, please feel free to compete with Plugmaster Ford. Now he's making jokes on Loy, and I didn't instigate any of that. So very awesome. Way to go, Brad. Congratulations. Send Liz an email, and she'll make that happen.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So do you have any like big goals, or like do you like set a like I had a couple goals this year, and I actually got pretty lucky and and worked really hard to get them. Do you have like a goal of a find to make? Like obviously Chrono Bell, but like I know you said you don't really keep track of your finds.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so to speak. But I designated this year as the year of collaboration. I just wanted to collaborate my brains out with other channels. I did. I still hopefully have another collaboration before the end of the digging season. But I would really love to embrace my Equinox 600. And yeah, we need to make some music together because we're not making music together right now. But other than that, as far as oh my goodness, I would just like to keep meeting people, create some new relationships with people. There's a lot of really, really nice people out there, and it's great to be able to meet them through the hobby. It's absolutely fantastic, because otherwise you'd never meet these people. And the hobby brings us all together. I mean, you know, people from all over the world. It's just an amazing thing. I think that's pretty much what I'm hoping for. Nothing that I can say I want to get this or I want to do that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I think that's I think that's my goal for next year, is to do more collaborations.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's really neat, and it's cool. I mean, like just through this platform alone, we've got to, we've got to hang out. Plugmaster Ford is a monster. Got a scram. Really enjoy it. Give this to your wife for putting up with you, Matt. So thank you again for this $10 super chat, Jeff. You're too kind.
Right on. Right on.
Crack me up. I don't know. How do you deal with that?
Oh my goodness!
I watched your one live stream, and I even contributed. Yeah. I have to, but
oh my goodness, Well, I got to tell you, the first time that I ever got a super chat, it went crazy. I ended up getting, I think, 6 or 7 on that live stream, and honestly, I was brought to tears. I couldn't even speak. I was just like, just think about that. Like, think about that. People are giving you a super chat because they like watching what you do. It's, it's humbling. I don't know how else to...
I mean, Jeff is a friend that I talk to a lot. He is a huge mentor in the YouTube and life realm, and just that's even for me, just us being friends. I don't know, like, dude, like I love you, man. You don't have to do that, And I feel like that with this community is that there's so many fantastic, many fantastic people, and to hang out and talk and see your live stream and actually, I tell people that I'm selfish. Like, I invite people on here that I want to meet and talk to. That's why I had you on tonight, because I'm like, man, I love what Liz does. Like, let me see if I can get her on here. We'll talk about it.
Oh my goodness, for sure.
So I think that, and I think that a little bit is kind of what is, human nature, because, we want to share everything, and, I think it's good stuff.
Totally.
But it's been, it's so neat to watch, like, people grow and things like that. So, and your channel's grown tremendously in the last year.
Yeah, it's there comes a point where it kind of just keeps going, and it's just it's a great thing. I have a lot of fun in what I do. My video, look at that, you're getting another one.
New Hampshire. Thank you, man. I don't. Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah. Thank you. I'm blown away.
Right on. Well deserved, Matt. Seriously, it's them telling you that they like what you do, to keep doing it. That's exactly what that is. And how cool is that? Like, how special is that? That's like, seriously. I hope I'm not sounding like your mom or anything.
No, it is. I mean, it's
that's exactly what they're telling you by doing that they like what you do and they want you to keep doing it, and that they appreciate the time that you take to do this for them. I think it's fantastic. I really do.
I absolutely, I really enjoyed it. And I think, Sift and Shovel Relic said right on. I mean, and that's cool. Like, you're contagious. I find myself telling people right on all the time.
Gonna tell you something. When I was in, when the last time that I met Metal Pirate Girl in the States, we met at a coffee shop, and in the parking lot, this lady gets out of her car, and she recognized me, and she's like, "I stay right on because of you. Everybody at work, like, this is in Buffalo, okay? Like, across the border. This lady recognized me in the parking lot, and it's amazing. And she's like, everybody at work now keeps bugging me because I say right on, and I'm like, right on." I don't know why I say that. I just say that. I don't know. I just started saying right on. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think it's cool. And like, so how was that like? And this is, again, like, we're so off metal detecting, but that's okay. What was it like when somebody walked up and said your name and you're like, who are you?
Well, it happened here in my hometown at a gas station. I was going to go put gas in my car. Some guy gets out of his pickup truck and says, "You're Digging Canuck." And I'm like, seriously? Like, are you kidding me? I'm like, and you are? First thing is like, who are you? Are you like, I don't know, who are you? So he told me who it was, and then he watched my videos. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's actually really, really cool. Definitely cool.
That I think that's like quantified enough to go like,
oh,
yes,
that's so cool.
That's all I need. Somebody said, "Hey, I like what you do," and I don't.
Oh, that's so cool. That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. Definitely.
Absolutely. So, we're coming up on an hour. If anybody else has any more questions for Liz, I don't want to keep her all night, but we are having a good time. So,
Definitely.
I guess I could ask you like more unrelated questions. Favorite snack you've ever eaten on the live stream?
Oh, the homemade jerky by Wildman, Rick the Wildman. Oh my gosh. It was venison and something else in it. I don't really remember what he put in it, but oh my goodness, it was unbelievable. Like, I mean, if I had a big, like, crusty bun straight from the bakery, I'd have put that in there. It was absolutely delicious.
Well, favorite beverage you've had on the live stream?
Oh, boy, favorite beverage. Um, oh, that's a hard one.
I know you're really inventive. Like you get all kinds of different beverages.
Yeah, every Thursday on my off the cuff, I just day before I go down to our liquor store and I just look for the weirdest labeled brand of beer and I try it. Some of them are not very good, but some of them are like really really good. I'm actually trying on Thursday. I'm trying a pumpkin ale. Because of Halloween the day before. So I'm trying pumpkin ale on Thursday. I don't know what it's going to taste like, but we'll see. I'll try everything once. What the heck, eh?
So, do you watch hockey?
I used to when I was a lot younger. I really don't have the time anymore to watch hockey.
Right on. So,
I was a Bruins
other
fan,
outdoor
if
activities
that means
besides metal
anything.
detecting, are there?
Outdoor activities. Trail walking. I love doing that. Walking the dog. I love doing that in the trails.
Yeah.
I don't really have any winter sports. I can skate, of course. Every Canadian is born skating. But
I used to
honestly
cross-country ski, but that's way too much
Oh,
work.
right on. That's cool. But that's really good at expending calories.
Yeah, absolutely. I could use some of that.
It's hard to find someone to go with you, though. Me, anyways. I think 2 years ago I got rid of my skis for that reason. It's just hard to find somebody to go with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you? So, aside from, if you could go metal detect anywhere warm, like tropical, where would you go?
Tropical.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. My goodness. I think I would probably say tropical, hot. Maybe not as tropical as you're probably thinking that I'm going to say, but maybe California, do some gold digging.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, let's find some nuggets like they do on TV.
Yeah, I mean, I would be okay with a speck of gold. That's awesome. Yeah,
Oh no,
I was
I
not
want to find a
expecting that
nugget.
at all.
I want to find a nugget.
Yeah, but I mean, that's tropical. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We'll have to hook up and go hang out with California Gold Rush.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. Can you imagine? Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
yeah, I think that's about it. I don't have any other questions unless somebody said more nuggets in Australia. Yeah, have you ever done any gold prospecting before?
No, I haven't. And that's on my bucket list is to do some prospecting up in the Yukon. I know that's kind of far-fetched, but you never know. You never know.
Man, that would be an
Can you
epic
imagine?
adventure.
Oh my
I would
goodness.
love to do that.
Oh, that would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, or maybe we can go hang out with Dog. Dog is my co-pilot in Montana and go with him.
Or that. Sure, absolutely. We can do that.
Yeah. There's so many endless things to do in this hobby.
Yes, there is. Yes.
If we're lucky, we'll all get to them somehow, some way.
Yes.
I think we will.
I certainly hope so. I hope so. I really do.
Oh my gosh, Digging with Deej. Deej, thank you so much. Yes, yeah. All right, awesome. So I so much appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat, Deej. Awesome. Or Ed from Flash in Your Pan. Have you ever bumped into
That
those
too.
guys?
I was on his stream last week.
Ah, I missed it. I'll have to go back and watch the
Yeah.
archive.
Those are some really hardcore gold diggers, I got to tell you.
Yeah. And I don't know anything about it. So
Oh, when they asked me to be on their stream, I'm like, oh, do you guys sure you really want me on your stream? But yeah, we had a good time. It was good. It was
yeah, they asked me for
I was a
sometime
little
in December,
intimidated.
so I'm going to see if we can make that work.
Definitely do. Very laid back stream. Really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I don't want to keep you any longer. I think we've had an absolutely great evening. Thank you so much for being on here.
Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Totally.
Yeah,
It's
it's a pleasure to get to talk and hang out like this. This is so cool. And we have such a great community that we're all building together. From you to DK and his live streams, Flash in Your Pan, all the other folks like who are making this more popular, like even like the super big folks like D Almighty or Man Plus River. They just go out and treasure hunt and do fun things, and I think that will eventually just make our community so much stronger, so much bigger together.
Definitely.
So
definitely.
I'm going to just we'll just slide over to the side. We'll close off this show, and we'll be right back. So thank you again, Liz. It's been fantastic.
Right. Thank you very much for having me. I do appreciate that. Had a blast. Thank you.
Yeah, let's see if we can get this up right. Boom. There we go. So I would like to thank everyone who came tonight to hang out with Liz and me. It has been absolutely fantastic. She is a fantastic guest. She has a great live stream. Drum Detect, I'm sorry you missed it. You're going to have to check it on the archives. There's so much more to talk about, but you know what? This has been so much fun. I would like to thank New Hampshire Beach Metal Detecting for his super chats, Plugmaster Ford for his, and Digging with Deej. You guys are all way too much. Thank you so much for your super chats. They will only go to the stream to make it better. I will promise that. I hope everyone has a great evening and goes out this week and finds some fantastic relics. Look forward to the stream next week. I don't have it right in front of me. I'm a bad host. But I have a great electrolysis video that we'll post on Thursday. It's a long one, but it's very complete and encompassing. So I hope you enjoy that. Before we leave, don't forget to jump into the case giveaway I have. That's a couple videos back. When we hit 1,500, if you leave a comment on that video, I will give this case and some t-shirts and some other stuff away to whoever leaves a comment. We'll do that random pick, and maybe we'll even do that via live stream. And then the last thing I'll have, if you guys are going out and making a video this week, I encourage you to try the Show It All Challenge. Show everything you find for a few hours. Even if you can't do it all day, just take and make a video. It'll make a 15-minute video very easily. And show everything that you find in that period of time. When you make that video, put hashtag Show It All, hashtag Gone Diggin' in there, so it'll be easy for me to spot when I do searches and things like that. The Jersey History Detectors have done it. Iffy Signals, go check out their videos. They're fantastic. This is a great way to promote us and our community and what we do. Thank you again for everyone on the stream. As always, I hope you have a great week. Stay safe. And we will see you next time on Gone Diggin' Live from the Relic Room.